Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Stratego video. This is going to be a friendly game against JGBB143. Um, yeah, so he's quite a lot higher rated than I am. So yeah, let's get into this game. So I started advancing on the left because most people advance from their martial side, and I want them to think that this is my martial side. Yeah, so this guy's also a YouTuber. I will if I remember, I will put his channel link in the description of this video. So we find a lieutenant there, so I'm gonna go after it with this major. He's defending it with something that's probably either a major or a colonel. It could be higher though because people that's do to put like Marshal General behind the lake. So I decided to hit the other piece because it's a front row piece and I don't believe it's anything good. It's a scout. I probably should have known that. I probably should have hit the lieutenant instead because there's a good chance that this is a major. And I only got a scout for revealing my major, so I think it would have been better to hit the lieutenant. But oh well. So this isn't a good piece. I attacked because I didn't think it was because it came from here, and the chances of a good piece being there are pretty low. I mean, I do have a colonel there, but chances are pretty low of that. So I decided to secure this lieutenant. He doesn't know what this is, but it did come from the front row. So if I were him, I wouldn't really. I would know that this isn't higher than a major. He hits it. If I were him, I would have held because if I would have hit this with the major and say this was a colonel, then he would have just taken it because this was people don't have marshals or generals in the front row unless they're blitzers, which was pretty clear that I wasn't. So I find that pretty interesting. This piece advances on me. I think it could be a colonel, but I don't think it is. So I decided to scout the other thing, and it's a major. So that's good. We find a major, so we're even on info here, except he knows a captain, but I got a lieutenant for it. So I say I'm winning slightly, if not tied, at this point in the game. So that turned out to be a bluff, like I suspected. So I start opening up on the right. So he wants to trade. I'm okay with that. Actually, no, I don't. I thought I traded. Now, whatever. So yeah, so this is why. So I go for this piece because I don't think this is anything good. And this ran away from my major. This also did. So I know that I can get this piece. I move this out to bluff. Because this could be a very good piece. This could also be a very good piece. So that's why it's believable. And since and so um, so look at that. From not trading, I got a lieutenant out of it. And let's see if anything here hits me. So yeah, this guy's a pretty good player. 621 elo, 56% ratio. So yeah, much better than me. So yeah, it looks like it wasn't defended. So I go ahead and hit this. It's just a scout, but now my mage's probably gonna get taken. But I'm okay with it because I got a lieutenant and a scout with it. So it's taking a while, which makes me think he either doesn't have any defense or he has like a really good piece that he doesn't want to reveal. So we find the generals, so that's pretty good info. I would have preferred to find the marshal, but now what I want to do, I want to get my gen, like I want to run it up here. But marshal's probably like somewhere on the right side. So yeah, I start doing that now, and this was a bit of a risk by me because I left my gen open to scouting, and people typically do have scouts like in the center over here. So that was a bit of an error on my end. Thankfully, he doesn't do that. But here, so I could move this over as cover, but I don't want to make it too obvious that I'm covering the pieces. So I decided to pressure him here, and then I'm gonna bring out my lieutenant, and then I can cover it with there. So even though it does take a few extra moves, I feel like it's being less suspicious. So he does this, which tells me that I'm able to go with the gen and get him a path to these pieces if I wanted to. But I don't do it yet because his marshal still isn't known, and I've seen some of this kind of setups, and they're very weird with like marshal and general on the same side, so I don't want to do it too quickly. And also, my general could very easily get like hit by a scout or a sergeant or something like that. So that's his gen coming down. I'm worried that he's gonna skewer this captain. That would not be ideal. So yeah, looking like he might do that, which yeah, wouldn't be great. But not really much I can do to prevent it. So I start opening up on the right side. I'm gonna hope that I can get something good with this colonel because it's not in a very popular spot for high ranking pieces. So if I find a sergeant, that's total garbage. But at least I can get it with my captain because if he has a major there, I can just take it with my colonel because he wouldn't think it to be a high piece. I assume because it came from the side, the second row. So I'm gonna be able to get this sergeant. He's just kind of shuffling over there with his gen, not really sure why. So you get a sergeant. So now we're down a major, but we're up two lieutenants and a sergeant, and we know it, the gen. So that's pretty good. So here he trades. So now I'm thinking that this could be something good because he didn't hit me with this, or it could just be a scout, but I come up with a minor. I try to bluff this as a good piece, maybe get to get him to waste a scout on it. Yeah, I don't know what's with this, why he's shuffling. Okay, so he brought a scout down, scout my lieutenant. I'm okay with that. He might come down with the gen to take it, but he might still be scared of this piece because it's defending the captain. I'm not entirely sure. So I'm just gonna post this here, see like what I can find out. I'm okay with just keeping it here, if he lets me. But it is in a good spot. It is in a spot of a good piece, so it would be completely logical for him to take it with a high ranking piece. So let's see what he does. Takes it with a colonel. Now that was interesting, in my opinion, because he's watched a couple of my videos and like he's seen my playstyle, and we also played one more time, but we weren't actually able to finish that game, which is why I didn't upload it. But that was interesting because he knows that I don't come down with my like high ranking pieces right away, so either this was a bomb or he actually thought that this was a good piece. I'm not entirely sure which one. So that's good. We're down a major, up to lieutenants, up a sergeant, and we know a colonel, the gen, and a major. So that's excellent. So I'd say we're definitely winning in this game. So that right there is really unfortunate. Um, I'm not sure why he called that. Maybe he was just taking a risk and seeing what would happen. But that was really unfortunate because now I'm down a major and a captain, which is not great. So I moved my sergeant away. I'm hoping that he might think that this is my marshal and that I just don't want it to be revealed. But yeah, that was bad. This setup is kind of flawed because I have no way to take that major. You actually could a lot of my flag right now, which is pretty funny. But I have no way to take that. I should have had a more balanced setup. So that should turn out to be a scout over there. That piece that he didn't want me to hit with my captain. So he could have had my colonel, but since he didn't scout it, it tells me that he doesn't think this is any sort of significant piece. So I come out with a sergeant. I want to see if he thinks it's like a marshal or something I didn't want revealed for a major. So it's clear after me with this piece. I'm pretty sure this is junk. Probably trying to find out what this is, but I don't want to. I don't want him to hit this because it could be like a lieutenant or a captain. So I decide not to let him hit it. It might just be a scout, but I don't really want to lose that sergeant. In retrospect, I probably should have hit it because this guy likes to come down with his scouts. But oh well. So here I'm trying to like clear a little path for my pieces here. And I really want to get my gen at the left side, preferably, but my spy's blocking it, and I don't want to move my like spy all the way over here and then my gen here, because if that's just so many moves, he's probably not going to scout my spy by then. If my gen was here, I would be rushing up this side right now. Because if you thought it was Marshall, then I might be able to get this major. So this is nothing good. It came from the third row on the side behind a scout. So this is nothing good. And now that I think about it, the setup's kind of flawed. This bomb really restricts my mobility to the left side. I need like some sort of major like on this part of the board. I just created the setup on the spot for this guy. So didn't really have time to check if it was fundamentally flawed or not. But oh well. So I'm just kind of two squaring his pieces and just seeing what happens. So he's tucking his major in. I don't know really why, but yeah, not much really happening at this point in the game. I just really want to get my gen out here or up the center, but I don't really like I can't really do that. So I start bringing it up now, and I think this is a mistake. I should have came up all the way with the lieutenant and then all the way with the general. So here is major. It's not in a great spot, and I hope that I can like somehow trap it with my gen. So we get a scout there with my lieutenant. So that's good. And takes it with the major. I'm not sure if that was no one or not. I actually forgot. I think it was. I don't remember. Yeah, it was. So here I'm trying to like do some sort of offense, but I don't really know what I'm trying to do. Like I'm making my pieces pretty obvious here. I should not have came out with my gen right now. So I think that his Marshall is it could be here because his kernel came from here. So right now I really want to find out what this piece is. So he brings his kernel to defend, which so he thinks that this is worse than a kernel, which it makes sense because I'm just going up like into a setup with it. You hear a signal that this is a good piece. Marshall or general, but I think it's Marshall because it spawned right behind his kernel. He comes out there again. He's trying to check my sergeant. You might think it's a high pizza. I'm not entirely sure. So you hear this thing coming down. I don't know what this is, but I know it's not the Marshall. So I'm pretty sure it goes down again, and then I decided to hit it with my kernel. Yeah, and that was funny. We exchanged unknown kernel for unknown kernel. In a way that's good for both of us because he's up a little bit of material, but I'm up info, and my info will be more valuable, I guess, now that those kernels off the board because now I know his gen, his kernel, and majors. So now Hilmi has the Marshall, and then I can come up with my other kernel. So I'm just kind of pressuring this piece, seeing what'll happen. So I do this. I like to keep my block of 20 pieces still, but I think that this was necessary because I wanted to keep my gen and spy covered. So here I'm trying to get a channel to get my general over to the left. That's why I moved that spy up. Yeah, so here I still think it's Marshall's here. Um, but also, yeah, so that's him coming up here, but also it could be like one of these two in the center. So we trade scouts there, and I need to get my spy and general covered, so that's why I go left with the scout. So yeah, now I'm gonna continue bringing my general up the left side. So that's weird. He didn't want he two squared me with this piece. I have no idea why. That's the colonel. So I'm hoping here that he thinks that my gen's the marshal, and that he might let me get that major, which I believe is here. I could be wrong. So I finally let him find out what this is, but he doesn't do it. So now that was just bad. I think I wanted to find the target with that sergeant, but I just lost it to the scout. I mean, I took a scout and then lost it to his known gen. Only good thing about that is that now he only has one scout left. So now I want to come up with my gen, see what I can make happen. So he's telling me that this is his spy, the gen spy major. So now here I want to bring this colonel back and hit this major because I'm pretty sure his marshal's over here. I'm think it's this piece, yeah. So I'm thinking that this could be his marshal. I'm not sure though. So this is Colonel in the center. Keep that in mind. Then it's I think the marshal's here. I two square him with the scout. And they come up. My goal with that is to take this major. Yeah. I signal there. This is the marshal, and I'm going for this major. It's nice bringing this piece over. So this is what the colonel here is bringing this piece over. So that means he thinks that this is my marshal because he's defending a colonel with a what he's saying is the marshal. And I think the spy is here because I don't think he would just let me take a gen for free if this was my marshal. That means he's I think he's sold on this marshal right now, which is good. It's a shame that it was the gen and not like a minor or sergeant or anything like that. But oh well. So I recognize this. I decided to move it back. See if I can get up the center with it. Yeah, here I'm not entirely like sure what to do. Because my gen, like our gens are kind of at a standstill on the left. I could have traded gens to maybe scout the spy here, but I'm not sure how worthwhile that would have been. I definitely could have gotten it, but I don't think that would have been worth it revealing my general. I could be wrong though. So here, I bring out this miner because I really want to check this piece. So I'm pressuring him on both lanes with these scouts, and I want to see if this is the marshal. Because if it is, then I can bring my gen over here, and if he doesn't hit me with his gen, then I can get this major, and maybe this colonel too. So I pressure him here. This is again, this is just to find out what this piece is. If I find the marshal, then this game will be, I'd say easier to win. So I pressure him here, and he holds. So I think I decide, so here I decided to bring the real marshal out to get ready to ram it up here to take this colonel if his marshal's revealed here. So he was there, so I go here. So then he has to either take me and call this bluff, or let whatever this is get revealed, or two square me here. So it's a major. So now that makes me think that his marshal's here guarding this colonel. It could also no, this is the major. So it's major, gen, possible spy. Well, this is what he's telling me is the spy. Colonel, possible marshal, and then this is some sort of garbage. So that really that really shocked me there. That was a major. I was convinced that that was the marshal, but it ended up not being it, and that's pretty unfortunate. This sergeant here, because I can't even take that with my minor. I think I actually might have wanted to go minor up, and then chase his major to my either colonel or marshal. I probably should have done that. Now that I think about it, so he's doing this, getting prepared for this piece. So this, I'm not. So this current point in time, I don't think this is the marshal, but um, looking back, it definitely could be. So I guard my colonel with my marshal. Keep in mind, I don't believe either of these pieces are known. So that's super unfortunate. So I really thought his marshal was here, and it wasn't. This turned out to be a major. So he took this with his marshal. So now I'm not in a great spot. I knew everything, but I'm down a colonel, a major, and a captain. So that's not good. So I obviously don't want to trade. So I'm just hoping that he thinks, oh, maybe this is the gen and this is the marshal. Yeah, but that was just super unfortunate because I read his marshal really well because I'm pretty sure his gen came from here. It's completely logical for the marshal to be here. It was guarding a colonel, so I'm like, oh, this is obviously the marshal, but it turned out not to be. So that was super unfortunate. I decided to retreat this because there's no reason losing a minor for nothing, even though I am in a pretty bad spot on the board. So now here, I want to bring my gen up here. Hope that he like doesn't trade or find out what it is with this piece or anything like that, and hope that I might be able to get I believe this is the major, maybe this colonel here. So that was not good. He's gonna find out what this is with whatever this piece is. So that's not great. So he was up here. This was a really good move on his part because now it denies my marshal from this side. Now he's able to defend his I believe this is the colonel. He's able to defend this from my general. So that was a really good move. So now I move in. I just want to see what happens, what he does. So this was actually a pretty good move on his part because now he knows what this is, and if it was the marshal, he would have captured it with the spy. So now he knows what it is. So now even if I take this, that his marshal will just take it. Now he knows that he can force an exchange, a general exchange. So yeah, I'm in a really bad spot now, so I kind of had to lotto to get back into the game. But even if I do lotto, I don't think I'll be able to get enough to get back into the game because I'm gonna lose I'm gonna lose. I mean, I'm gonna be down a colonel regardless because I know his only colonel. So I'm gonna need to get some like extreme luck here to come back. Only thing I've going for me is that I guess my marshal is technically not revealed, even though it's like really obvious. Also, I've got a spy. So he's coming over with his marshal, and I know that I'm gonna have to lotto something. In retrospect, I should have known I was gonna lotto because he was gonna obviously move over. So I should have hit this before he moved over because then I could have gotten here and gotten on two square. But now I can't, so I just decided to hit up. So now I'm committed, right? Because now he's gonna go left and I'm gonna be caught on two squares. So I'm committed now. So where would you hit? So here, when my gen was coming up here, this piece didn't hit me to check what I was, which makes me think that this is a bomb. So I think I decided to go this way. So yeah, I'm not really sure here. I think I tried to do square, but then I realized that I'm gonna lose two square because I moved first. So I know that I need to take one of these two pieces, take a chance, so then I'll be able to have three square. But I really think this is a bomb because it would have hit my gen earlier. So I decided to hit this piece after thinking about it for a while. So I'm not sure that this is the right. So while I was playing, I was pretty sure that this was the right piece to hit because it makes sense because this was his gen side, and his flag is probably on his marshal side because that's like I think a 70% chance or something like that. So I thought his flag was over here, so I didn't think that this would be a bomb or this. So I didn't think that this would be a bomb and flag. Now granted it could be because this is a pretty common flag spot. Well, the most common flag spot. So I didn't think this would be a bomb. So I think I decided to hit it because his marshal came from over here, so I thought his flag might be like here. And this again, this piece didn't hit me, so I decided to hit it, and it's a bomb. So that makes me think that this is a triangle here, but it doesn't really matter. So I say GG because I mean I just hit a bomb. It's pretty much over. I'm not sure. I really wonder if this piece was a bomb. Now I kind of have to lot of with my marshal, and now it's just not good. So I really have no hope to win this game now. So just come with my marshal, see if I can do something. So I decided to do this. It's back so I can get this free of charge as a captain, so that's something, right? But it's nowhere near enough for me. So I go over here, threaten the colonel, and then I want to hit some pieces over here because maybe I'll get a major, like two majors, and maybe I'll be able to get back in the game. But it's gonna be like super difficult. So he's coming down here, probably with a major because my marshal's revealed. So I just decided to start hitting stuff, because on the basis that this is his flag. So he gets my spy. I'm not sure. I assume the spy was pretty obvious. So see, I assume the spy was pretty obvious. He might have thought that it was like a scout or something, trying to get Marshall to hit it so that I could bypass. I'm not really sure. He comes in with the major. That makes sense. That was the right move. So here, I see. I thought this was a flag, so I decided to hit up here. So I don't understand why I did that move. In the moment, I thought that maybe he didn't have a flag there, but it was pretty obvious that it was definitely a possible flag after hitting this with the gen. See, I don't know why I hit this. This was just a really bad move on my part. I could have either gone like over here, or could have just tried to trade marshals. I probably thought that he had like an open flag somewhere, and I was trying to get it, but that didn't happen. So I lose. So now here I just ask him what I did wrong. Um, so yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, so he said that the flag was here. So yeah, make sure to subscribe to this guy. I will try to put his channel in the description. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.